The following changes have occurred over the past 24 hours. Fighting continues in the Kupyansk direction. Russian operators are actively working on supply roads even before approaching the city. In this event on the M26 highway, the Ukrainian armed forces were driving back in a pickup truck. We were moving in a westerly direction. The cameraman was aiming a kamikaze hadron at this moving car. In another action, slightly to the southeast, two cars were seen moving along a different route. The drone operator hit the one that was moving away from the front line. That is, an intensive process is noticeable in the territory of the near rear. Basically, the action for air control using drones is recorded. On the left bank of the Oskova River, enemy unmanned points appear and are being hit, as well as Ukrainian drones and grenade launchers are being neutralized. In southeastern Novosinovo, the enemy deployed an IDP control point on the erected support. From the Russian side, in addition to the operators, infantry and artillery are intensively helping. In this example, the military, using a high-precision Krasnopol projectile, destroyed an unmanned enemy point. The gunners eliminated him with the same type of ammunition. The Ukrainian side is using such weapons to prevent soldiers from approaching Novosinovo. Further north, in the area of Pershanovo, Russian operators are constantly destroying Ukrainian drones so that the infantry are less exposed to airdrops. An example of the elimination of a hexacopter by ramming is shown. The enemy proved himself in Kupyansk-Kuzlov yesterday. The Ukrainian battalion commander announced the date that the shooting was taking place on January 29th. It is mirrored, but this indicates a technical point rather than an attempt to create a fake. It can be seen that the Ukrainian officer was walking relatively freely without armor and helmet near the House of Culture. Also, there are no sounds of shooting in the shooting. Given the above, there is no sign of active hostilities for Kupyansk-Kuzlovoy. Later today, the Russian side published a photo in the central part of Petropavlovsk. The military of the 9th Motorized Rifle Company, being near the House of Culture, showed confident control of the territory. On the northern side, the grey zone is reduced by about 5 kilometers in favor of the Russian military. Fighters continue to strike the blocked armed forces of Ukraine in the number of up to 800 people. In the Pokrovsky sector of the front, the detachment of the Vostok Group continues to put pressure. In the area of Ternovati, the guards of the 36th Brigade broke the enemy's defenses. After processing it, the soldiers entered this point with competent actions and eventually released him. The fighters unfurled flags in 10 locations, mostly in the northern half. On the western side of the Gaichur River, this is the first point taken, which by status is an urban-type settlement of Ternovati. In the battles for him, the enemy's losses amounted to thousands of manpower. The warriors continue to develop their offensive in the western direction. Of the nearby points that still remain under enemy control, Boykovo and Pridorozhnoye. A rocket attack was carried out on the Philip Morris Enterprise in the suburbs of Kharkov. It produced cartridges and ammunition components. As a result of the defeat, a fire with an area of 1,500 square meters broke out. The workshop is temporarily disabled. In addition to industrial facilities, the Russian side is actively attacking the enemy's logistics in the territory of the operational rear. On the Pavlograd-Krasnoarmysk highway, the armed forces of Ukraine continuously suffer losses in manpower and equipment. In this example, the Ukrainian TRAU was going back. The operator destroyed it with an Usavidron. He showed other drones the burning of this car. Gorenje Russian troops temporarily switched from the energy to the industrial logistics component of the enemy. Temporary deployment points of the armed forces of Ukraine are also regularly hit on the territory of the operational rear. In this event, in the western part of the old village, aerial reconnaissance brought out a temporary enemy deployment point. Geranium drone breeders destroyed it. The target was located approximately 33 kilometers from the line of contact. The fighting continues.